It was a busy time on the island of Sodor, especially on the branch line. There were many passengers and lots of freight to be delivered too. One morning, Percy arrived late at the docks with a delivery for a ship. Cranky the Crane was quick to criticize. "About time! These ships can't be kept waiting," he grumbled. "If they miss the tides, they will be delayed at the docks. You should look up to the ships and show more respect. You are, after all, only little." Percy was cross. "It's not my fault. We've got too much work, and one small delay on the branch line can have a knock-off effect," he retorted. Cranky scoffed. "Then perhaps the lorries that are coming soon will do your job better." "Lorries?" Percy squeaked. "I've never had a lorry do my work. It's disgraceful." He told the other engines what Cranky had said. "Stuff and nonsense," retorted James. "We engines run this line," added Henry. "What if a lorry does arrive?" "They are arriving," said a voice. Percy saw the fat controller standing nearby. "I've just ordered 3 to help with the busy work on the branch line. It's just to give you engines an easier time. Just an experiment." The engines were very dismayed. A few days later, the lorries arrived at the docks. Cranky was delighted. "Hey you, little mite! Your job's already done. These lorries are going to take over. One of them wants to talk to you." The lorry was very rude. "What's that steaming lump of scrap iron doing here? Be off with you!" "Scrap iron?" retorted Percy. "Steaming scrap iron? Pah!" Later that day, as he stopped to drop off goods at Elsbridge, he saw another lorry being rude to Thomas and James. He then saw Percy and sneered. "Oh, look, it's a little green goblin on wheels. You'll be scrapped. Just you wait and see." And he rumbled away. "Well, bust my buffers," exclaimed Thomas. "What a horrid lorry!" "Despicable," agreed James. The next engine to meet a lorry was Toby. The lorry rolled into the quarry and laughed. "No wonder this railway's a mess. You belong in a museum, not working in a quarry." Toby was quite offended. "I might look old," he replied, "but I'm really useful, you old rattler." "Useful? Pah!" scoffed the lorry. "Just you tool off." Toby was furious. "Tootle? "Don't bother to argue with him, Toby," said his driver. "Let's head off to the flour mill." Toby happily did so, but was shocked to see yet another lorry when he arrived. "What? Why are you here?" "Why am I here?" laughed the lorry. "We 3 are doing your work now. You're too slow." The foreman spoke to his driver. "I'm sorry. You must not have got the message earlier. We decided to use the lorries for flour deliveries instead. Times are a-changing, I'm afraid." Toby was most upset, and his driver was cross. "Toby might look old, but he's reliable." Toby trundled sadly away to see if the rural farms in the mountains had any work for him. To get there, he had to go through a narrow gorge. Vehicles, on the other hand, had to tackle a steep and dangerous road, as the regular one was closed for repairs. As Toby made his way through the gorge, he saw the lorry from the quarry again. It was loaded with rock and swerving all over the place. "Huh," said Toby. "That lorry might be in trouble." And he was right. The lorry swerved too quickly, and the driver leapt out just as the lorry plunged off the cliff. He was very badly damaged, and the driver was furious. "You stupid lorry! That's what you get for driving recklessly." All the lorry could reply was a feeble, "Ouch!" He was damaged beyond repair and taken to the docks. Percy saw him and laughed. "What's this lump of steaming scrap iron?" he teased. "I'll be back," growled the lorry, "so you can wipe that silly smile off your smoke box." "Pah!" laughed Percy and wished him loudly. Just then Butch, the breakdown truck, came in, towing the lorry from the flour mill. "What happened to that one?" asked Toby's driver. "He was overloaded with flour," replied Butch, "and he broke down." Toby thought it was hilarious. "Not very useful now, are you?" "Grrr!" growled the Lorries. Then James whistled excitedly. Look, they're bringing in the third lorry on a barge. What happened to that one? Oh, him, said Butch. The stupid lorry was reversing and went straight into the sea. The engines all laughed loudly while the lorries whimpered. The Fat Controller was not pleased at all. This is pathetic. It's like the Brothers Grimm. Smashed, broken and sunk. I shall not be inviting you back. And the lorries never returned, but the engines worked even harder just to make sure that they never will.